Here are some principles for building your chest, specifically with dumbbells. So this would be the way to use dumbbell chest press to activate and build the most muscle. The principles we want to focus on are, we want to control our tempo, go slow, especially on the negative portion, so that we can use the opposite muscle, our back, to pull ourselves in position, be active, and then we're going to push our back into the pad as hard as we can, and then bring our elbows across. For the chest, the anatomy of it is important because all it does is the fibers run like this from the insertion and the origin point, and they come across. So a lot of times we think about the chest and we think, okay, it pushes. Well, not exactly. The arm pushes, that's tricep, but the chest itself, to activate it the most, we want to go across our body. So instead of up, we're going to think elbows across, always across. So we're going to use tempo, and we're going to use the opposite muscles, and we're going to always be active. We're going to pull ourselves into position actively, and then squeeze the chest and contract across. So watch out for that. When you focus on the muscle itself, then your form will naturally go in the correct position. So sometimes people will say, okay, hey, well, if your elbows are too high, that could put more tension on your shoulder, you could hurt your shoulder. That's true. If you're going super heavy, then yeah, you're probably gonna, maybe be a little bit more neutral grip and keep the elbows down, more like an arrow instead of a T, more like an arrow. But again, if you focus on the contraction most of the time, then you're going to be in the right position. Your joints will follow your muscles and you'll be in the right position. So especially in the beginning, you're not going to just throw on a ton of weight. So don't worry so much about that. Start out with light weight, feel the contraction, feel the muscles in your chest and your back on the negative portion, and you'll do just fine. So here we go. I'll talk you through it. So very important here. I want to be very active and pull the dumbbells. Use my back, squeeze my shoulder blades together. Now I feel a stretch. And side note, you'll notice that the dumbbells are kind of outside of my elbows, not in. When I go in, that takes the tension off my chest. If I go out, that puts a little bit more tension. So if I had a lot of weight, I wouldn't do this because that would hurt my shoulder. I couldn't control it, but this is a way that I can control. So again, I am pulling with my back actively. Now I feel a good stretch in my chest, and I'm going to push across. Boom, like that. Again, actively pull down, chest into the pad. Also my rib cage, the flat of my back is against, the low back is against the pad, so I don't have a big arch. Instead, my low back is flat, my abs are engaged, rib cage down, big stretch in my chest, squeeze my chest, pull across. Or I should say push across, sorry. I'm gonna pull with my back, actively push, chest across. Pull actively with my back. Now chest is stretched, back is flat, ribs are down, abs engaged, feet don't move, chest across. So again, it's a lot to think about, a lot of factors in there to focus on, but that is exactly how you build the most muscle. You're always active, you're always intent, you're always thinking, and you're activating muscles, not just going through movements. So control the tempo, pause at the end ranges, at the bottom with the stretch, at the end with the squeeze. Gives your mind the time to connect all the dots and have a good mind muscle connection so that you're actually working the muscle, not the joints and not just the movement. If you do that, you will build an awesome chest and pack on loads of muscle.